So this past week, and in the past month actually, I have had an amazing opportunity. And this opportunity has come up in the form of storytelling. I have been honored to be a part of Stories Live, which is a massmouth project of teaching storytelling in high schools to junior and senior high students. And when I got into this, I didn't know what to expect. I don't have any real formal teaching experience, but I've been teaching storytelling workshops to adults for a couple of months. So I had that part of it down, but teaching storytelling for 6 months to adults in a 2-hour workshop is a lot different than teaching 27 junior and senior high school students in 45 minutes, the same amount of material. So it was challenging for me on that level. And it was also challenging for me in relating to students who are 16 and 17 and 18 years old, who come from such varied backgrounds. I came from a very small town in a high school of 400 people. My graduating class was about 120, 130. I was, for these 4 classes, 4 different days in Everett High School. I mean, the stairway just going from the 1st floor to the 4th floor was like a coliseum set of stairs. The kids are wearing ID badges. They have to be buzzed in. It's just crazy how many changes have taken place. There are computers on the teachers' desks, and the kids are emailing their teachers their homework, and I was just amazed. In one of my first classes, I was talking about a story and saying, you know, just think about giving them story prompts. Just think about, you know, maybe something that happened to you when it was 1980, and they went, what? And I think, I'm cool, it's okay, I'm cool, I understand, I know, I'm thinking to myself, I know, okay, they weren't born then. All right, so, I'm good. I'm like, okay, 1990. So the kid in the front row was like, I wasn't even born then. These kids weren't born until 1995. I was born in 1970. Okay, we're talking huge experience gap here. So I didn't know what to expect when I started, what kind of stories to expect out of these kids who were only 16, 17, and 18 years old. And I was really amazed by what I heard. There are kids there with just unbelievable experiences. Kids who talked about being moved around from Everett High School down to Florida, where everything was completely different. Absolutely hating their life because they missed their friends. They missed the way people dressed. They missed the food they used to eat, their restaurants, their hangouts. They missed everything. And then 5 months later, after they had friends and were totally acclimated and they were there, their mother said, we're moving back to Everett. And she was devastated all over again because now she'd missed all of those friends and had to reacclimate 5 months later. There was a boy who had the opportunity to sit in these little workshops, little groups of kids developing their stories. And one kid said, I don't really have a story. Just, you know, this past weekend my PS3 died, and I love my PlayStation 3. And I had this new game, and I was trying to beat it, so I really, really wanted to play. And then, boop, that was it. It was done. And I was bored. I had nothing to do. I said, so, what did you do? So you have to kind of pull the stories out of them sometimes. So, what did you do? Well, I went and met my friends. And what did you do with your friends? Well, we went to this place and we played paintball and we went rollerblading and we played laser tag. And I was like, well, how was that for you? It was like, you know, it was actually really, really fun. It was amazing. So I said, well, would you have had that experience had your PS3 been working that weekend? He said, no. I said, wow, that is such an incredible story. That is an incredible story. I mean, look what one of the themes was lost and found. You lost your PlayStation 3, but look at this amazing experience that you found that you never would have had that PlayStation 3 been working that weekend. And he turned to me and he really, really thought about it and he said, wow, I never thought of it that way. And then I saw him tell that same story in the school slam on Tuesday. And it really just warmed my heart because he got it. He really got the benefit because he had this storytelling workshop in his class. He had the benefit of seeing that what he thought was a rotten situation, the worst thing possible for a high school kid to have his PlayStation 3 die on the weekend, he had the opportunity to see that that turned into a really rich life experience. And I was really, really grateful to have had the opportunity to spend time with these young people and hear about their deep, rich life experiences in such a short period of their lives. And I was really grateful that in looking at their clothes and looking at their attitudes and the way they dressed and the way they played their little things under the desks all the time, texting all their friends, that what I saw when I first walked into that classroom wasn't nearly what I got out of it.